This is the dream crowd. In my dreams, all that happens is I come on stage and I'm just surrounded by women like, yes, babe! Like, you can do it! You're a princess! This is all I ever want. And then always just one guy just like, just so terrified and nervous. And I know you're like, he might not be nervous, Helen. He is. You've covered your crotch. Did you see? Like, the moment I stepped on, you were like, oh, it's a big woman, what's she gonna do? Gobble, gobble, gobble! Like, and no, I wouldn't do that. That would be demented. And you know what? I'll say it. We're filming this, and that was way too confident of a star. Just wandering on and trying to gobble your... Thank you for being here. Okay. No, you're like... I love how... you're fine. Look, I'd break you in two. I think... You know what, actually, I'm not going to apologise for being confident. Once again, the woman, and then you join in the... I think I'm just going through a very confident phase in life. And I love that we love that for me. Like, and to be clear, I've always been confident. It's just, I've turned 33, and every year of my 30s, it's just doubling. I'm like, oh my God, I've made it. Like, give me a cheer if you're 30 or over, just so I know. It's so good. I love it. You guys not 30 yet? No. How old are you, babe? 27. Okay. No, that's fun. I honestly don't know why I'm being bitchy. I like being in my 30s. That was it's different in your 30s. It is. Like, you will find this out in 3 years. Like, okay, for me, when I was turning 30, it was mental. Like, all of my girlfriends just gathered around me like, oh my God, Helen, it's happening. Babe, you are turning 30. You're gonna love it, you will love it. Because Helen, you are finally gonna stop caring what people think about you. And that was supposed to be like a comfort. But I already cared so little. If I lose my tiny understanding of shame I have left, I mean, Jen, I'll be wanking on this stage within 20 minutes, and I mean, like, fully. Like, hold my breath, get it done! Like, focus, eyes up, good boy. It is fun. It is fun. I love being confident. Honestly, my confidence is at the point. My friends are trying to drag me down, and I'm still that confident. Like, my friends, I'm not going to say their names because we're recording it, obviously, but, like, message me later. Basically, we're at this point where whenever we hang out, if we're not talking about the fact I'm single, we're just talking about school. Why? It's the only thing we have in common. It's awful, because, you know what, fuck it, gather. We were hanging out, we were talking about school, and I was saying how much I loved school, because I genuinely loved school. If anything, I thrived. And they all went silent, because it turns out I didn't have a good time at school. Apparently, I was bullied the entire time, and I was too confident and thick to notice. Which means at the age of 33, I've just found out I spent my entire childhood like, okay guys, call me at the weekend. And they were all like, go fuck yourself, fat Helen. And I was like, haha, yeah, banter. Like, that is devastating. Also, I don't know why I was bullied. I don't know why I was bullied. I'm a delight. Like, it doesn't make any... I don't know how I was bullied the entire time I was at school, because I had no consistency in my personality during the entirety of school. From the moment I started secondary school, I had a new personality every 6 months, depending on who I was hanging out with and my vibe. So I really appreciate the women over here understanding. You're like, yeah, 100% new personality every 6 months. We weren't freaks, okay? Like, sometimes your new personality, you'd go to Claire's Accessories, you'd buy a new scrunchie, and you'd be like, oh my God, I guess I'm a grebo. Like, it was so simple. You're just testing out vibes, seeing what works for you, right? Like, I went through every vibe at school, every vibe. When I was 13, so year 9, I decided that I was going to be the girl that everyone wanted to fuck. Which, just to be super clear, is not a phase you're allowed to pick for yourself. Just arrive at school one day like, no. I'm 13. Sir. You're married. Like, no. Inappropriate. I went through a happy-go-lucky phase, you know, when you're always happy, coincidentally most miserable I've ever been. I went through a wallflower phase. Can you imagine with these tits? It was insane. I went through a sporty girl phase. Genuinely thought you'd all cheer. Why are we not impressed when fat women were sporty? I think that's impressive, no? Okay, I tell you what, right, what I think went wrong there is I said I was sporty. I paused for you to clap. You didn't, because you're all woke or whatever. But also part of me feels like you didn't clap because I looked at these women here and these petite women, you were just like, no, you did not play sports. That's how I was on the netball team. And now you're looking at me like, no, you weren't. Yes, I was. I was on the... You know why? And you know what? I'm going to insult you, and thank you for coming for the recording today. I know exactly why you think I wasn't on the netball team, because you're a wing attack and you're a centre. And if you don't know, those are slurs. You are the petite sluts of the court. Centre, wing attack and wing defence are the petite women who are pivoting for no reason. They've all got weak ankles and love to faint. It's so annoying. I was on the netball team. I was playing a proper game. I'm 6'1". I was a goal keep. Do we have any goal keeps then, out of curiosity? Slay! It's so good. Couple of rules to being a goal keep, just so you know. Rule number 1. You gotta be big. You gotta stay at the D at the end of the court. You're not supposed to touch the ball. And you have to frighten petite women that come close to you using only one move, which is, you remember? That's good, Tenny. I was on the 18 for 2 years. Thank you so much. I love my sporty girl phase. It was 2 years long, that phase. I had other phases during sporty girl phase. I had my international phase. You might not all know what this is. It's mainly in like white middle class towns. I'm from Fleet in Northeast Hampshire. It's where every single girl pretends to have an interesting international background that they don't necessarily have, you know, for attention. It's a fun one, you know. My grandmother was from Spain. She doesn't have to be. It's just fun for us to say it. I am lucky. I'm blessed. I do have international in me. My grandparents are from Germany. Which no one's ever that happy for. Like, to be clear, like, people always think I'm German because I used to live in Germany. I speak German. My surname's Bauer and I look German, but like, I'm not German. And I'm sick of saying it. Like, it genuinely is just my grandparents, which is fun if we don't think about the dates. You're all thinking like it's fun. It's fun having some international vibes. It's just it's tricky when your international vibe is German and you are the netball team's goal keep. Because as a goalkeep, the only move. Do we understand this? That is illegal in my grandparents' homeland. It's not an easy time. 2 years, that phase, too long. My favourite phase at school, though, the one that I crushed. Okay. It's when I showed up at school and decided, for no reason whatsoever, that I was gonna be tragic. You know when nothing's going on at home, but my God, they're gonna think it is. Sitting on the playground, looking at your teacher. Go on, ask. Kids coming up, hey, Helen, do you want to play? No. I'm sad. Coincidentally, the happiest I've ever been. I love the tragic phase. It's so fun. This is totally judging the audience, but I feel like some of you might know this phase best as the phase when you first started reading Jacqueline Wilson books. Okay, interesting. For anyone who doesn't know, Jacqueline Wilson is a children's author who specialises in tragedy porn for the under 12s. It's just books written about these young girls in the worst scenarios, the worst, they're so upsetting. What's a classic? Illustrated Mum? Or okay, so Illustrated Mum is about 2 girls called Star and Dolphin, and their mum has bipolar and tries to kill herself in the bath. We read this age 10. And our first reaction wasn't oh my God, poor Star and Dolphin. We were I wish my mum had bipolar. So exciting! I'm really hoping you all understand the tragedy phase. I think it's normal. I think it's a normal phase to go through, particularly if you went to school in Britain, you're gonna be a bit messed up. British schools, they set you up to be weird. I think the problem is the best thing that can happen at a school in Britain is the announcement of a school trip. Because for us, I genuinely think it's more exciting than other countries, because it's not just a day outside the classroom. It's also a fashion show. We wear uniform all year round. If you're going on a school trip, you can pick an outfit. What? It's so cool. And I was raised in the noughties, which means my fashion... In fact, when I say noughties, do you know what I mean? You do? So it was low-rise jeans and little t-shirts that said have a nice day. And I love my mum. Or we were just acne-ridden and so angry. And we'd put on our favourite outfit and we'd get on the school coach and be oh my God, where are we going? Put in an iPod Nano, listen to Peter Andre, Mysterious Girl, and you'll be oh my God, everyone's why is Helen Bauer so mysterious? And it's it's depression, we don't know yet. It's so fun. And you were so excited. It's a school trip. Where are we going? Where are we going? Because if we went to school in Spain, we'd have amazing school trips. We'd go to the beach. We'd go to the aquarium. We'd drink a mimosa. They are mental in Spain. But in Britain, without fail, all that joy, all that excitement, all that fashion will pull up at the war graves. or a plague pit. Or if you're really lucky, the trenches of northern France. Which means I know for a fact that at least some of you in here have a picture next to the grave of the unknown soldier. Just Daddy's little whore. And not okay. Not okay. I went on a school trip to Auschwitz the same year that Avril Lavigne released Let Go. It was on our iPods. Teenage girls, everyone thinks we're so messed up, like all teenage girls are so messed up. I think that's true of some teenage girls. Historically, I think teenage girls were vulnerable because they were never given an education, but millennial teenage girls, we weren't messed up. We were businesswomen. Please bear with me on this. We were so focused. Like teenage girls previously, back in yore, they were told no education, come home, cook, clean, take care of the babies. That is a messed up, vulnerable teenage girl. My generation, look, I'll go first. I'd leave school, come home, log on to the family computer, and build a civilization. Right? I was the owner and tycoon of 6 zoos by the age of 13 with, you know what, I'll say it, I'll show off, 3 incredibly successful elephant breeding programs. I'd make friends at school, build a whole Sims house based around each of them. If one of them is rude to me, holy shit, you're in the pool. No ladder! We were working! And that wasn't an easy time. This was at the dawn of the family computer where every member of your family is logging in and they don't have the ability to use it properly, which means you know exactly what your dad's typing in because he is confused between cross it down and minimize. It's not an easy time. Honestly, millennial teenage girls, we were working. If anyone doesn't believe this, I genuinely think teenage girls are worked the hardest out of anyone in society because we are given the toughest jobs the younger we are. Like, okay, when I was 20, I wanted a job, and to work in a cafe, I had to do a CV, cover letter, interview, trial shift, just to make coffee. But when I was 14, merely a babe. For work, random people would give me the keys to their house and their babies. That's not okay. Do we have any survivors of teenage babysitting in? Okay, so like all the women. I think that's the problem with babysitting is everyone's a babysitter, but there are only so many babies. You had to hustle for your work. You did. Like most people, I assume you worked by like babysitting the kids on your street or younger siblings' friends. It's good. It's a good business. You would have earned money. I'm sure you did very well. It's just, I ran a monopoly in North East Hampshire on the babysitting game. I crushed it because, I cheated. I do have a little sister, but she's only 2 years younger than me, so not that useful for babysitting. However, my sister is autistic. Genuinely thought you'd cheer again. Are we serious? Just give me a cheer if you have autism in your family. Okay, on this side, get tested. I can honestly, particularly to the lads, I can get tested. Okay, so who had autism in their family? Give me a cheer again, just so we know. Okay, amazing. So you know this, for anyone who doesn't know. It's not a bad thing. It does run in families, though. I have a lot of autism in my family. My sister's autistic. My dad's autistic. I'm assuming that's why he's never hugged me. Can't because I'm not fit, right? It's fun. We're just having a nice time. I'm undiagnosed. But the thing is, when you have autism in your family, sometimes people don't attend a mainstream school. They might go to a special needs school. And my little sister did. She went to a special needs school. And that is where I got my work. Okay, you're going to respect this. What I would do is I'd pick her up from the school gate. She'd run out and punch me in the face. And me, I would nae flinch. And the parents would look over at me like, holy shit, that big Bauer girl can do anything. And we've got vouchers for Pizza Express. Bring them. I was the special needs babysitter for North East Hampshire, and I thrived. It was okay, right? For balance, I did babysit some non-neurodivergent homes. I'm going to be honest, your houses are fucking terrifying. Like, if you grow up in a house with autism, you go to a house with no autism, it's creepy. I'm sorry. It is. You knock at the door, their families, they answer in groups. Like, hello. Just so you know, the boys have already eaten, they've already showered, they've picked out a film. They've never seen it before, but they're happy to watch it from the beginning to end. No problem. And then they'll take themselves to bed, and you're just there like, why am I here? What am I doing? What am I genuinely doing? They're like, you can help yourself to snacks. And it's like, yes. And they're like, we're on Weight Watchers. Forget about it! It's lonely. You babysit at a house with autism. Oh, now you're doing a shift. You're 14, you're excited, you're wearing your favourite top, daddy's little whore, here we come. Knock on the front door, and it will be answered by the most exhausted parent you have ever seen, just clambering onto life, like, are you listening? Please listen. She's not going to eat, she's not going to sleep. She's not going to drink, and she's not going to watch a film. She's found a YouTube video. She loves it. She'll watch it 10 times and repeat, act it out with her 10 times and repeat, and then watch it again 10 times and repeat, and you're like, okay. And she's in the attic! They run. And you have the best shift of your life. It's so much, honestly, it was so much fun. I loved babysitting as a teenager. I loved it so much. The only thing I hated about babysitting as a teenage girl is the end of the night. Do we know? I don't want to trigger anyone. Like after you've been paid. Because without fail, those families insist that you are walked home by the family's dad. That's not, no. I'm 14. I don't have anything to say to my own dad. What the hell? What am I supposed to say to this random man in his mid-40s? There is no conversational crossover between teenage girl and middle-aged man. And quite frankly, you know what? I'll say it, there shouldn't be. It's just the two of us walking along, and he's like, and I'm like, meh. He's like, and I'm like, how's school, Helen? It's like, I don't know. Everyone keeps getting fingered apart from me. It's so tense. And also, that's not true. I was getting fingered. Maybe I was. Maybe it was. You know, I'm going to tell you this and then I'll go. You guys are all so lovely, and I really appreciate you coming to this. Can you all just promise me, though, hand on heart, if any of you find out you were bullied in the past, do not try and figure out why. Because it's so lonely in your head. And I don't know why. There's only one thing I can think I was bullied for, like just one little thing, which is when I was 13, I went through something a bit tricky because I discovered masturbation, which is a lie. I can't lie to you. I was 6 in a playground in my climbing frame. But we'll say 13. We'll say 13. Eyes on me, good boy. 13 is normal, yes? Yes! And I discovered masturbation in the normal way, alone in my bedroom, thinking I'd invented it. Like when you're like, well, what is this? Is this just a special Helen Bauer thing? Or does everyone else have the power? But something incredible happens in everyone's brains when you discovered masturbation, where you went, feels good, but shouldn't tell anyone about it. Or do it in public. I was like, ooh, the world has to know. I ran into school, into form room. I was trying to be chill. I got the girls on one side and I was like, try it. Promise me you'll try it. Promise me. It's amazing. It's genuinely amazing. No, it's easy. It's actually easy. Rest your vagina on the corner of the table. Do you remember table corners? Hello? They were lit. Okay, particularly for petite women, I feel like your clit could go on every table. I was 6 foot. I had to wait for science class. You know, the bunch. Like that's not easy. And then stop laughing. I got labelled the wanking kid, which is that right. You think it's funny? I thought that was like banter. So everyone was like, "Here comes wanking Helen." I was like, "Whoa." Which now, 20 years later, not a compliment, turns out. And then because I was the wanking kid, they were all like, "Don't talk to Helen Bauer about sex. She knows too much." Which is bullshit. I knew nothing apart from, well, you know, it's really fast if you hold your breath. Like, I was fine. And then, because of that, no one told me that a blowjob means you don't blow. Which we know now, but like... I genuinely think it is important, even at the end of like fun little sets we're filming, to remember that to some jokes you do hear, there are victims. How about that? People have suffered. So tonight, I think it'd be nice if, as a room, we all remembered. The 3 boys. Men now. Back in North East Hampshire, who are just wandering around. Scarred. From 16-year-old me, just, no. Not that noise. Did anyone here ever blow on a dick like it was a balloon? No? Okay, no, me neither. It's good. It is fun to check these things. It is fun.